Hey guys, welcome to today's YouTube video, and today we're going to be going over a game by Bobby Fischer when he was 13 years old against I am Donald Byrne. And in this game, Bobby had the black pieces, and it was a tournament in New York in 1956. That's all I know, I believe. It was the Memorial Rosenwald tournament. But yeah, we're just going to get right into it. And in this game, it was absolutely insane. I mean, the amount of times he sacrificed either a piece or his queen is criminal. Yeah, it starts off rather normally. It starts off with an English, which I play, actually, as white. But it turns quickly into a King's Indian and then ultimately into a Grunfeld. And Byrne goes for the Russian variation, although he goes for it in a bad move order, but it transposes back into the main line, C6 and then E4. But this move actually, rook to D1 actually comes back to bite Byrne in the butt later on. So Bobby opens up his queen after playing knight to b6. My words wouldn't come out my mouth for a second there, I don't know why. And Byrne makes the mistake of playing queen c5. Essentially, this is just overextended the queen, allowing it to be hit by pieces very easily. Like later on, knight takes e4 happens, and Bobby just uncorks a legendary tactic here. Knight, oh, what? I thought it was here, my bad. But after, here it is, bishop g5, knight to a4. And the idea being, knight takes, you take on e4, and after white retreats, you just take, and take the rook, which is why the tactic works in the first place, because rook to d1. But that didn't happen. Instead, Byrne played queen to a3, the best move. After knight takes c3, black already has a big advantage, so after b takes c3, black can just grab the central e-pawn, which is very important for white's position. Yeah, Byrne also makes another mistake of taking the pawn, which actually looks like a good move. It's forking the queen and the rook, and supported by the queen over here. But the queen just simply moves out of the way, and again, Bobby just sacrifices a knight, but it's not very easy to actually see why. After queen takes, rook a to e8, you're essentially just pinning the bishop, and after queen back to a3, you literally just take on f3 and just put more pressure on the bishop, essentially. And you're just going to let a piece back, so that's essentially it. Not that complicated, but it's kind of nice to see this kind of tactic uncorked at such a young age, and at an age where computers just weren't really a thing in chess. So yeah, after the bishop moves out of the way, Bobby just moves the bishop with the rook with check to get out of the line of sight of the bishop. And again, Bobby just plays an absolutely insane tactic, sacrificing the queen, which actually happens. He accepts the sacrifice, and Bobby just takes everything. He can play Ring Around the Rosie with the knight, kind of just take everything. Taking the bishop, hit the queen, and after that you can come hit the queen again, supporting the bishop, and the knight supported by the bishop here. And after the queen moves away, you take the rook, and you just have a big material advantage already. You have 3 pieces for the queen, which is already an advantage. You have a rook for the knight, and then you have a rook for a rook, and also on top of that you are up a pawn. So obviously that's why this position is good, and it's -10, which is a bit funny. So yeah, Byrne just wants to get his king out of the way, activate his rook, but in the process he loses yet another pawn. He does have a queen though, so who knows what can happen. But this is essentially Grandmaster level play, or IM level play. at least. So the material advantage is just such a difference at this level, that I don't know why Burn actually accepted the queen sacrifice, since he would actually end up losing material in the process. Yeah, essentially Black is just solidifying his pawn structure. This pawn's protected and this pawn's protected by the bishop, so not really worried about that. And trades are good here for Black since Black's up material. Knight takes here is the best move, but it's minus 30 anyways, so who really cares? The computer just kind of goes crazy sometimes when it's at such a disadvantage, where it just like makes random moves that don't make any sense. So yeah, essentially we're putting white in a mating net now, and this is very apparent after bishop to c5, because after queen to f1 it's already mate in 5. After knight to g3, rook e2, sorry, let me show the good checkmate. Rook to e2, king d1, bishop to b3, bishop d3, king c1, bishop to a3, king b1, and rook to e1 checkmate, like a back rank mate. But that's not what happened. I'm pretty sure it's like the same idea, just a different move order. But yeah, same idea. But yeah, I mean, at 13 years of age, which is insane back at this time, he just made an international master look like an absolute clown. Like, Burn legitimately looked like a 1200. But let's see what the chess.com rating gives. And chess.com gave the rating of 2400 to Burn, which I guess fits with the IM title. But to Bobby Fischer, at age of 13, chess.com gave him the rating of 2950. 2950 at 13 years old. I mean, that's like on par with, you know, some of the top grandmasters in Blitz right now, which is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, at this point in Bobby's life, he didn't have the grandmaster title yet, so it's also like very surprising to see how well he just played, especially being so young. I mean, I don't think I can make an IM look like this yet. I'm still on my path to that. Speaking of which, I reached 2,000 on chess.com Blitz yesterday, which that also felt nice. But yeah, it was nice to look over this game and just see how good Bobby actually was and how genius at chess he was. I mean, at age of 13, he's just making his opponents look like an absolute clown and destroying them in every possible way. But yeah, that does it for today's video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.